So can we do loans in Hawaii, for example, DSCRs?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
How about Florida?
Yes. Yes.
How about Nevada?
Yes. Absolutely, yes. Since we're on that subject, so we have,
Arizona.
I'm sorry?
How about Arizona?
Yes, Arizona as well.
So in other words, we do not have to be licensed ourselves in those states, right?
So let me walk you through a couple of things. So let me address the licensing first. So our non-QM products, which is what you just alluded to a moment ago, is available in all of those states that you just mentioned. Basically, it falls under our non-QM product line. And yes, our non-QM products are available in all of those states. Now, with that said, we do have also portfolio products. Um, Essentially, those are merchant bank FDIC portfolio products. And those, which we'll cover in a minute, those are state specific, usually in about 5, 6, 7 states. And we'll go over that in a moment. And then we also have private money, and private money also has its own set of states. But back to your question, absolutely, any non-QM product, down payment assistance, FHA, VA, is available in all the states that you mentioned, which of course would include DSCR, bank statement, P&L, written VOEs, asset depletions, multi-unit up to 8 units, etc. Yes.
But okay, I want to clarify.
I'm not clear.
Do we be licensed in those states or not?
Yes. So as far as your particular licensing goes, so if you have a program, if you have a property, let's just say in a state that your company is not licensed in, then if available, we can help you via our retail channel. And we can have that conversation, of course, offline. But that would only apply, of course, if you have a transaction where the property is not in a state that your personal company is not licensed in, then we can use our retail channel to assist.
And are we going to be paid on those transactions?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
So in other words, we can work with you in various states. We don't have to be licensed ourselves in those states. And you just take it through different channels. And we to be paid anyway.
Correct, via our retail channel. Correct, and again, we can discuss offline the specifics and the details. But to answer your question, that is absolutely correct. Yes.
How does the pricing compare to your regular pricing, your wholesale?
Also, yes, that is a very good question. So, if there was a transaction that had to be closed or originated via our retail channel, the pricing is going to be the same as in the wholesale channel. And this just happened as of yesterday. If you would have asked me this question 2 days ago, the answer would have been that the rate would have been about 3/8 higher in rate, and the retail fee would have been $1,000. Where right now the rate / pricing is going to be the same as in wholesale, and it's only going to be $500 fee from the retail side, the rest belonging to you.
It's remarkable evolution. Perfect.
Yeah, so I think
I'm still not clear.
Yeah, so it's an awesome solution for sure. Absolutely.
Okay, one is not clear. Can you? I'll ask specific questions maybe to clarify. So the question was, how can we do loans in different states? So if we're doing DSCRs or business-related loans, yes, we can do in 32 states. However, if you do it in states where it requires specific licensing and you do a conventional loan, they still can do this loan through their internal retail channel, but we are going to be paid regardless. Now, we submit loan on a wholesale channel, and they will transfer it through their retail channel internally. Am I correct?
Correct. So, so what'll happen is as long as the company, our company is licensed in that property state on the retail side, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now, yes, we will originate it via the retail channel, and you'll be compensated. Everything is fine. If we're not licensed in that state and you're not licensed in that state, then of course we won't be able to do that, since none of us would be licensed at the end of the day. But for the most part, if our states cover where you do business, or where you occasionally originate deals, where you may not be licensed and we are, then yes, we can assist you, of course, via the retail channel. As far as the internal processes go, since you are an approved broker, the same account manager that you are accustomed using on the wholesale side would be the same account manager via the retail channel. That way there's less confusion as to who you're working with on that transaction. So it really doesn't affect your day-to-day. You are still going to have access to follow the loan. Other than, of course, the originator in the transaction would be a retail loan officer. So somebody on your team would have to be assigned the processor persona, if you will, from an access standpoint via the portal, so that you guys can follow along. Now, of course, the account manager, if you instruct the account manager, hey, can you please also include so-and-so originator or assistant or processor number 2 on every communication, then yeah, they can do that manually, of course, so that there's visibility. But essentially, you are the main point of contact when it comes to your borrower. We want to respect that so that you can keep your relationship. We will ask for documentation directly from you so that you can go ahead and obtain that documentation. So you are in full control.
Juan, did you?
It's still not clear because, if other companies, if you're doing a DSCR loan, and we're not licensed in that state, we still go through the wholesale channel, and because it's not needed to be licensed on DSCRs. That's my understanding.
Gotcha, Juan. Yes, no. I know exactly what you're talking about. And let me take a step back because I think this might answer that confusion. So I've worked in companies in the past, absolutely, where they have an actual business purpose use channel, right? And and they even go as far as to creating a separate business purpose use broker package for brokers that are not licensed in anywhere for that matter, if you will, because you may not need to be licensed in that specific state to originate business purpose use loans, right? So so I do know exactly what you're talking about. Now, our answer to that is a little different. Nonetheless, you can accomplish the same thing. We just run the transaction via our retail channel. The LO in the transaction is going to be a retail LO, and you're ultimately going to make your same amount of money with the exception of minus $500. So it's really the same thing, but that is our answer to that, which I am fully aware is what some other lenders may offer. Now, the advantage that I believe you have with us over the other is that not only do you have access to the DSCR, of course, now you have access to the entire product line as well.
It's remarkable an answer to prayers. At the same time, I see, for example, you are not licensed in New York State.
Correct.
Okay, so in our end, I'm going to be licensed. We're going to open branch office in New York State because I have a client, and this will be probably the first one in a number of states we're going to be licensed. And I'm doing it for purpose of being able to do reverse mortgages.